My name is Miguel, and I'll be going over how to solve this differential equation. So let's go ahead and do this. In this question, you would draw a direction field for this given differential equation and discuss the stability of critical solutions. So here, let's go ahead and identify the critical points. Critical points are whenever the derivative is equal to 0. So for the given values of y equals 0, y equals 1, and y equals 3, we go ahead and plug in these values for y. We find that the y prime is equal to 0. And what's important about these critical points is that they indicate critical solutions. And what makes critical solutions so special is the fact that these critical solutions are constant solutions, and that other solutions either approach them or move away from them. This idea of moving away from solutions and moving towards them is what we call stable solutions or unstable solutions. Essentially, where unstable solutions move away from a solution, or have solutions tend to move away from them, and stable solutions are when other solutions move towards them. So before we go ahead and dive deeper into that, let's go ahead and talk about direction fields. So direction fields are important because they help us determine the behavior of solutions, especially long-term behavior, and they're also helpful for helping us approximate solutions whenever we're unable to solve difficult solutions or difficult differential equations. They help us approximate solutions. So let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and show you how to draw a direction field. So here I ended up doing a graph of y being the vertical axis and then t being the horizontal axis, and then y prime is going to be our slope. Right, that's what y prime is. Y prime is slope of dy over dt, right? So let's go ahead and do that. I plugged in values for y. T doesn't really affect what y prime is, so we don't really have to consider t, since it's not really in this expression. Like I said, it's not in this expression, so it doesn't affect what y prime is. So let's go ahead and plug in values for y. Here's all the math for all the values of y that we plug into the expression. Essentially, this chart over here gives us all the y values that I plugged in, and then what y prime is for those corresponding y values. So let's go ahead and do that right over here. And essentially what we're going to do with this data is that we're going to put them onto the graph, and if we plug them in to the graph, it's going to generate a direction field, right? And basically what these short lines are on the direction field, these short lines indicate the slope, what the slope will be of a curve that passes through that point. So let's say, for example, over here at this point, if a curve were to pass at that point, that curve will be a solution to the differential equation, and then the slope of that differential, or the slope of that solution, will be indicated right over here by this short line right over here. So let's say, for example, when y equals 0, right, our y prime is going to be equal to 0 right over here. Look, y equals to 0, or y prime is equal to 0. Thus, at the line y equals 0, the slope is going to be horizontal, or no slope is going to be present. As for let's say, for example, y equals 3, if we were to plug in y equals 3, then our y prime would be 0 as well. Thus, at the y equals 3 line, y prime would be equal to 0, and the slope of these lines over here would be 0. Like I said before, t is not in this differential equation, or it does not affect what y prime is. So therefore, that's why the slope is same that's why the slope remains constant as we move along the t-axis. So moving forward, here I decided to graph this function right over here. In doing so, I got the graph of this over here, which is the same as this right over here. Right here, f of y is equal to y prime, and since f of y is equal to y prime, this graph is basically just graphing what y prime would be, a function of y. And here, f of y, basically what that means is that y prime is going to be positive whenever it is above the y-axis, and that y prime is going to be negative when it's below the y-axis. So our solutions here, the slope of the solutions are going to be given depending on whether it's above the y-axis or below the y-axis. And this helps us indicate the stability of solutions. So let's look at this chart right over here, right? this chart right over here. As you can see, I drew arrows pointing backwards if there is a negative slope, and arrows pointing towards if there is a positive slope. And these arrows are going to help us indicate the stability of the solution. So here, as you can see, these arrows are pointing away from the solution, y equals 0, and thus the solutions around this region right over here are going to point away, are going to move away from y equals 0. Thus, y equals 0 is an unstable solution. The same thing can be said for y equals 3. Other solutions around this or near this region are going to move away from this solution right over here, and thus this over here is going to be an unstable solution as well. But as you can see from y equals 1, solutions near that region are going to point towards or going to move towards y equals 1. Therefore, y equals 1 is a stable solution, because stable solutions are when there are other solutions move toward them, and unstable solutions are when other solutions kind of move away from them in a sense. Here's the math that I put in. Basically, this just helped me determine the slope, or what the sign for each given region. Moving forward, like I said, classify and discuss stability of critical solutions. So like I said earlier, y equals 0 is going to be unstable because other solutions are moving away from y equals 0. And the same thing can be said for y equals 3. But y equals 1 is considered stable because other solutions are moving towards it. So here, that's exactly what I wrote down right over here. Solutions below and above y equals 0 move away due to their slopes. See, slopes are negative, the slopes are positive, they move away from y equals 0, and same logic can be applied to over this right here. So here I drew a sample solution, and this essentially is just going to help me determine the end behavior as t approaches either infinity or negative infinity. And I solved the differential equation in order to help us determine the end behavior. So if we plug in t equals 0, or t approaches infinity, we find that this end behavior over here is going to be in agreement whenever y equals 1, but it's not going to agree whenever y equals 0 and y equals 3. And same thing can be said for this right over here. Actually, the opposite can be said for this over here. As t approaches negative infinity, this expression approaches 0 and is going to be agreeing with the solutions of y equals 0 and y equals 3, but doesn't agree with y equals 1, which is why it moves away from 1. So this right here helps us determine the end solution, which I ended up just putting right over here in this graph. And as you can see, y equals 3 and y equals 0 are unstable since solutions move away from them as t goes to infinity. And y equals 1 is stable because as t goes to infinity, other solutions tend to gravitate towards y equals 1. All right, so let's go ahead and compare the direction field that I drew. Using an online application, I plugged in the differential equation and then I generated a direction field. So let's go ahead and compare. It's going to be this one right over here. And as you can see, mine is very similar. The only difference is that the one I used online is more accurate since it has more values. But as you can see, they're very similar. Looking at the top of mine, the slope is positive going upwards. Same thing can be said for here. The other one at the bottom, the slope is going downwards. It can be said the same over here. And then from here, y equals 3, the slope seems to be going towards y equals 1. Seems to be downwards as well. So it's doing the same right over here. The only thing you can't really see is this behavior over here. This right over here. You can't really see this behavior because I didn't put any values between y equals 1 and y equals 0. So the other one, this right here, you know, my drawing is the same as that one, but this one is much more accurate.